The solo evening ending somewhere around midnight. A particular completion of the alone. The self restored to something closer to whatever the week had known, before it started taking pieces of the energy of the quiet, and the solo evening having given the particular riot. Solo evening done, self-restored. It's the accounting of the night, the alone having done its work of returning to the light. Whatever the week diminished, solo evening done, self-restored. The morning arriving to a different person than the one who started the evening. I'll be better at the tomorrow for the solo evening's work. The week ahead will find me less depleted, less the lurk of the empty running on that the busy week accumulates, and the solo evening having restored whatever the week dissipates. Solo evening done, self-restored. It's the accounting of the night, the alone having done its work of returning to the light. Whatever the week diminished, solo evening done, self-restored. The morning arriving to a different person than the one who started the evening. The solo evening is the maintenance of the self the week depletes, the alone that restores what the together uses, the retreat that makes the return possible. Evening done, self-restored. Tomorrow arriving to someone who spent the evening with themselves, properly ready. Good night. Good night. Made a small plan for the coming week. Nothing ambitious, just the shape of what the next days might hold. The particular landscape of the upcoming, the ahead, without the anxiety of the planning, more the gentle orientation of the solo evening scanning of the horizon ahead. Gentle planning in the solo evening, not the anxious kind, the quiet kind, just the next week's rough shape, the friendly kind to find your way into it. Gentle planning in the solo evening, the week ahead arranged lightly, without the pressure of the certain, more the holding slightly of what might come. I've learned the difference between the planning that helps and the planning that just worries, the planning that puts on shelves, the anxiety in particular containers rather than just holding it. And the solo evening's particular planning is the first kind, just a bit of the ahead arranged gently. Gentle planning in the solo evening, not the anxious kind, the quiet just the next week's rough shape. The friendly kind to find your way into it. Gentle planning in the solo evening. The week ahead arranged lightly, without the pressure of the certain or the holding slightly of what might come. Plan gently for the coming week on the evenings that allow it. The rough shape of the ahead is enough, don't doubt it. As a preparation week roughly shaped, evening continuing, the planning having been gentle, the ahead not frightening, just there, arranged lightly, ready. Thought about the week tonight and found more good in it than the weekday's narrow lens of never enough. Into the view, the self-assessment, Monday through Friday missed. The solo evening opens up a kinda width, where I can weigh it honestly and let the harshness drift. Kinder to yourself tonight, kinder to yourself tonight. No more never enough, only what was real. Kinder to yourself tonight, kinder to yourself tonight. The weekend's softer light, and I can finally feel it. I did okay this week, which sounds small but wasn't. The week that was and wasn't perfect but was real, and real deserved the okay more than the old verdict, more than the relay of never enough. The solo evening opens up a kinder width, where I can weigh it honestly and let the harshness drift. Kinder to yourself tonight, kinder to yourself tonight. No more never enough, only what was real. Kinder to yourself tonight, kinder to yourself tonight. The weekend's softer light, and I can finally feel it. Be kinder to yourself on the nights that make room for the fair of you, for the truer truth. The week was here, and I was here too. Kinder to yourself tonight, kinder to yourself tonight. No more never enough, only what was real. Kinder to yourself tonight, kinder to yourself tonight. The weekend's softer light, and I can finally feel it. Okay this week, actually okay. The kinder assessment, the one worth keeping. Good. was a time the solo evening was the thing I tried to avoid. The particular discomfort of the alone, the emptiness, the void that it felt like at the beginning, before I learned to be with myself in the solo evening, before the alone felt free. Learn to be alone properly, that's the particular growth, not the resignation of the alone, more the particular oath to the self's good company. Learn to be alone properly. The solo evening, no longer the absence of the other, but the presence of the self, the renaissance of the interior life. It took time, which is honest. The alone didn't become comfortable in a single solo evening, more the gradual, the stumble into the particular ease, the self as its own company. And now the solo evening is a choice rather than the particular agony of having nothing else. Learn to be alone properly, that's the particular growth, not the resignation of the alone, more the particular oath to the self's good company. Learn to be alone properly. The solo evening, no longer the absence of the other, but the presence of the self, the renaissance of the interior life. The alone becomes comfortable through the practice of the alone. Each solo evening teaching what the shared evening couldn't have shown about the self's particular company. Learn to be alone properly, that's the particular growth, not the resignation of the alone, or the particular oath to the self's good company. Learn to be alone properly. The solo evening, no longer the absence of the other, but the presence of the self, the renaissance of the interior life. Comfortable now, actually comfortable. The solo evening, an old friend. The alone is chosen thing, has arrived at thing as good. Stayed up until I was actually tired, rather than the scheduled bed. The solo evening's particular permission to follow the tired instead of the clock, the agreed time, the social contract of the early that the shared sleep requires. And the solo nights early, permission to sleep when you sleep. Staying up until the actual tired, the solo night's gift of the natural, the body deciding the bedtime rather than the habitual agreement of the schedule. Staying up until the actual tired, the evening as long as it needs to be. The bed available whenever the body's particular decree of the enough for tonight, which turned out to be 11 rather than the usual 10. And the extra hour was the reading that the week had been, when I thought I'd have the time for it in the solo evening, giving the hour back in the staying up until the actual tired was living in the body signal. Staying up until the actual tired, the solo night's gift of the natural, the body deciding the bedtime rather than the habitual agreement of the schedule. Staying up until the actual tired, the evening as long as it needs to be, the bed available whenever the body's particular decree of the enough for tonight. Sleep when you're tired on the evenings that allow it. The body knows the right time better than the clock of hours. The body's particular wisdom. Staying up until the actual tired, the solo night's gift of the natural, the body deciding the bedtime rather than the habitual agreement of the schedule. Staying up until the actual tired, the evening as long as it needs to be, the bed available whenever the body's particular decree of the enough for tonight. Tired now, actually tired, the body having decided the solo evening complete, the bed earned naturally. Spreading my things across the whole table, which I'd never do with someone here. The books and the laptop and the nothing useful, the particular frontier of the solo occupation of the space, the room becoming entirely mine in the way that the shared space can never be by design. The room entirely mine tonight, every surface available, the solo evening's particular ownership of the space, the habitable entirely claimed. The room entirely mine tonight, no negotiating of the space, no managing of the spreading out, no apologizing for the place my things have taken. I moved the furniture slightly just to see how it felt different, something I'd been considering for months but hadn't spent the solo evening's permission on until tonight. And the room looked better for it, and I left it in the new light of its rearrangement. The room entirely mine tonight, every surface available, the solo evening's particular ownership of the space, the habitable entirely claimed. The room entirely mine tonight, no negotiating of the space, no managing of the spreading out, no apologizing for the place my things have taken. that's entirely yours can be arranged by entirely your plan. The room entirely mine tonight. Every surface available, the solo evenings, particular ownership of the space, the habitable entirely claimed. The room entirely mine tonight. No negotiating of the space, no managing of the spreading out, no apologizing for the place. My things have taken room, rearrange things, spread out. The solo evenings, particular freedom of the entirely claimed space. Mine tonight, entirely. Didn't perform anything tonight. Not the okay, not the fine, not the particular management of the image and the line between what I actually feel and what I present to the others. Just the solo evening's permission to be without the covers of the public self. Honest with yourself tonight. The solo evening's particular offer. The version of you without the editing, the self before the proffer of the performance. Honest with yourself tonight. The particular relief of the unperformed. The evening where the actual self is the self that's being informed by the honest hour. I admitted things to myself that I've been managing past all week. The particular honesty of the alone, the things the solo evening lets speak. Without the filter of the image, without the other person's presence, requiring the managed version and the honesty's particular essence. Arrived in the alone. Honest with yourself tonight. The solo evening's particular offer. The version of you without the editing, the self before the proffer of the performance. Honest with yourself tonight. The particular relief of the unperformed. The evening where the actual self is the self that's being informed by the honest hour. Be honest with yourself on the evenings that allow it. The solo night is where the actual self lies without the doubt of it being seen too clearly. Honest with yourself tonight. The solo evening's particular offer. The version of you without the editing, the self before the proffer of the performance. With yourself tonight. The particular relief of the unperformed. The evening where the actual self is the self that's being informed by the honest hour. Still honest, still alone. performance off for the evening, the actual self here without the editing. That's what the solo night is for. Alone, but not lonely tonight. A distinction worth the making. The alone that's chosen and complete, rather than the alone that's aching for the company that isn't there. And I know both versions well, but tonight is the first kind, the one that's comfortable to tell apart from the other. Alone but not lonely is the particular line between the two kinds of the solo, between the okay and the fine of the missing. Alone but not lonely, the chosen solitude of the evening, rather than the imposed, the particular retrieving of the self in the willing. Chosen alone is its own, and knowing which one you're in is the particular grown into of the self-knowledge that the solo evenings teach. The alone that feels complete, rather than the alone that reaches for what isn't there. Alone but not lonely, the particular line between the two kinds of the solo, between the okay and the fine of the missing. Alone but not lonely, the chosen solitude of the evening, rather than the imposed, the particular retrieving of the self in the willing. Know the difference between the two. The alone that's chosen feels different. The alone that's imposed feels different. Both real, both worth the being honest about which one it is. Alone but not lonely tonight, the chosen kind, the complete kind, the enough kind. Good. Solo evening, finding the memories that the company keeps at bay. The particular surfacing of the past and the alone at the end of the day. Not unwelcome, not the painful kind, more the gentle revisiting of the particular things that made me, the particular existing version of who I am tonight. Memories surfacing in the solo evening, the past finding its way in through the quiet of the alone, through the particular thin membrane of the evening's defenses. Memories surfacing in the solo lets them arrive at their own particular day and time. I sat with a few of them tonight, the good ones, the ones worth keeping company within the solo hours, the ones worth the gentle steeping in the evening's quiet attention, and found they were still good, still worth the remembering in the solo evening's neighborhood of the inner life. Memories surfacing in the solo evening, the past finding its way in through the quiet of the alone, through the particular thin membrane of the evening's defenses. Memories surfacing in the solo evening, the company keeps them further away, the alone lets them arrive at their own particular day and time. Let the memories visit on the solo evenings that allow it. The past deserves the occasional unhurried evening's credit of being remembered. Memories settling again, the solo evening having held them gently without demand. The past visited and left to rest. Did nothing for an hour, which sounds easy but required the particular discipline of the not feeling the evening's particular tired of always having something in it, always the next thing ready in the solo evening, allowing the particular steady emptiness of the nothing. Nothing for an hour deliberately, the hardest kind of evening task, the not filling of the available time, the not reaching for the ask of the next thing. Nothing for an hour deliberately, the particular skill of the unoccupied, the self-learning to be present in the nothing, unguided by the entertainment. My hands didn't know what to do at first, the phone already across the room, and the book unread, the screen dark, and the solo evening's particular bloom of the nothing, stretching ahead for the particular hour I'd given it, and slowly the nothing became something, the evening's particular gift in it, of the undemanding present. Nothing for an hour deliberately, the hardest kind of evening task, the not filling of the available time, the not reaching for the ask of the next thing. Nothing for an hour deliberately, the particular skill of the unoccupied, the self-learning to be present in the nothing, unguided by the entertainment. Practice the nothing sometimes in the evenings that allow it, the hour of the deliberately empty has more in it than you'd credit. from the outside. Hour done, nothing done. Something gained from the nothing. The solo evening's particular gift of the deliberately unoccupied hour. Listen to the album all the way through, which you can only do when alone. No one suggesting the next thing, no one reaching for their phone to play something that they'd rather. Just the album and its order, the songs as the artist intended them, from the particular border of the beginning to the end. The full album in the solo evening, start to finish uninterrupted. The particular listening that requires the solo nights devoted, unshared attention. The full album in the solo evening, the songs in their intended sequence, the listening as the artist meant it, the particular obedience to the whole thing. I heard things in the middle tracks that the shuffle always skips, the songs that live between the singles, the particular eclipse of the lesser known by the famous that the algorithm performs, and the full album in order restored whatever the shuffle mourns as too obscure for the playlist. The full album in the solo evening, start to finish uninterrupted, the particular listening that requires the solo nights devoted, unshared attention. The full album in the solo evening, the songs in their intended sequence, the listening as the artist meant it, the particular obedience to the whole thing. Listen to a full album on the evenings that allow the time, start to finish, no skipping the artist's particular design, worth following completely. Last track now, album almost done, a solo evening having given the full listening that the album deserved. The evening getting deeper after 10, the particular quality of the late solo evening, the hours that belong to the intimate state of being entirely with yourself at the end of the day, when the surface things have settled and whatever remains is the way you actually are. Late solo evening, the particular depth of it, the hours that belong to the real self, the performed self having quit for the night. Late solo evening, person, available only in the late hours of the alone. The version worth spending time with. I've come to love this particular hour, the late solo evening's quality, the particular honesty of the 10 and 11 in the actually being here without the earlier energy of the performance, and finding the self that remains, the self of the particular conformance to nothing but itself. Late solo evening, the particular depth of it, the hours that belong to the real self, the performed self having quit for the night. Late solo evening, the truest version of the person, available only in the late hours of the alone. The version worth spending time with. Stay up a little late sometimes on the evenings that are yours. The late solo hour has something that the earlier one ignores by being too early for it. Getting late, getting deeper, the solo evening in its truest form, the real self awake, the performed self asleep, both necessary, only one of them here now. Turn the overhead light off at 9, left just the lamp in the corner, the particular dimming of the solo evening, the light becoming warmer, and the room becoming smaller, in the best kind of way. Just the lamp and just the circle of light it chose to lay around the evening's particular center. Lamp on overhead off the solo evening, finding its light. The room adjusted to the scale of just one person's night, just one night. Lamp on overhead off the particular intimacy of the single light source evening, the room's quiet complicity in the downsizing of the dark. The shadows that the lamp makes are different from the overheads, everything having a direction now, everything having edges rather than the flat, even light of the daytime's particular demand. And the evening in the lamplight has a quality I understand as being entirely mine. Lamp on overhead off the solo evening, finding its light. The room adjusted to the scale of just one person's night, just one night. Lamp on overhead off the particular intimacy of the single light source evening, the room's quiet complicity in the downsizing of the dark. Turn the overhead off sometimes, let the lamp decide the evening. The smaller light makes a smaller room, and the smaller room makes the being alone feel more like chosen. Lamp on overhead of the solo evening, finding its light. The room adjusted to the scale of just one person's night. Just one night, lamp on overhead of the particular intimacy of the single light source evening. The room's quiet complicity in the downsizing of the dark. Lamp still on, overhead still off. The evening in its chosen light. Just this much illumination, just enough for tonight. Made a deal with tomorrow tonight, that it would wait until morning. Refused to let the evening belong to the next day's particular warning of the things to do, the places to be, the list that tomorrow requires, and gave the evening back entirely to the solo night's desires of the present tense. Tonight belongs to tonight, not to tomorrow's agenda. The solo evening refusing the next day's particular sender of the worry. Tonight belongs to tonight, the tomorrow staying where it is, in the future where it lives, not encroaching on the his or her particular present. By 9 the deal was holding, tomorrow had stayed in its lane, and the evening was entirely what the evening could contain when the next day wasn't in it, demanding the rehearsal of the morning's particular requirements, the constant reversal of the present by the future. Tonight belongs to tonight, not to tomorrow's agenda. The solo evening refusing the next day's particular sender of the worry. Tonight belongs to tonight, the tomorrow staying where it is, in the future where it lives, not encroaching on the his or her particular present. Tomorrow will arrive without your help, let it wait in the future. The evening that belongs to tonight is the evening worth the nurture of the present. Still tonight, tomorrow is still waiting, the evening entirely the now, the deal holding. Tomorrow can wait, it always could. Thought about myself for a while tonight, which sounds indulgent but is necessary. The solo evening, given the time for the particular inventory of the self that gets forgotten in the business of the shared. Thinking about yourself tonight, that's the solo evening's purpose. Not selfishly, just honestly, attending to the surface and the underneath. Thinking about yourself tonight, thinking about yourself tonight. The particular self-accounting that the shared evenings don't make room for. The interior mounting of whatever needs the attending. Not ruminating, not the bad kind, more the gentle checking in of the person who's been so outward that the inward is wearing thin. In the solo evening, restoring something the week had taken, the particular self-knowledge that the busy days had shaken loose from the regular access. Thinking about yourself tonight, that's the solo evening's purpose. Not selfishly, just honestly, attending to the surface and the underneath. Thinking about yourself tonight, thinking about yourself tonight. The particular self-accounting that the shared evenings don't make room for. The interior mounting of whatever needs the attending. Spend time with your own thoughts on the evenings that permit it. The self-knowledge that comes from the quiet, is the self-knowledge worth it? Still thinking, still attending. The solo evening doing its work of the interior, the necessary kind. Watch the thing I've been wanting to watch, without the negotiation of the choice. The particular film that interests only me, without the other person's voice. Weighing in on the selection, the remote control entirely mine. The solo evenings, particular television, the watching entirely fine, without the commentary. Watching alone, choosing alone, the screen entirely my own selection. No compromise, no the other person, just the particular direction of my own interest. Watching alone, choosing alone, the film I wanted to see, playing without the committee of the shared viewing, just me. Got emotional in the middle of it, without managing how it looked. The particular freedom of the feeling of whatever the film hooked in me, without the performance of the appropriate response. Just the actual feeling of the watching, without the audience's wants. For my particular reaction, watching alone, choosing alone, the screen entirely my own selection. No compromise, no the other person, just the particular direction of my own interest. Watching alone, choosing alone, the film I wanted to see, playing without the committee of the shared viewing, just me. Watch the thing you actually wanna watch, when the evening gives you the choice. The uncompromised selection is its own particular voice of the solo night. Watching alone, choosing alone, the screen entirely my own selection. No compromise, no the other person, just the particular direction of my own interest. Watching alone, choosing alone, the film I wanted to see, playing without the committee of the shared viewing, just me. Film finished, evening continuing, the watching having been entirely mine. The particular gift of the unshared screen used well. Moved at my own speed all evening, which sounds obvious but rarely is. The tempo of the shared evening is always partly someone else's, his or hers, the accommodation of the other person's pace. But tonight was entirely the setting of my own particular race or non-race. As it turned out, on pace, on evening, the particular luxury of the solo night. Nothing faster than I wanted, nothing slower than felt right, just my rhythm on pace, on evening. The evening calibrated to exactly what I needed, not negotiated, not weighted by anyone else's speed. I ate when I was hungry, not at the scheduled meal time. Slept when I was tired, not at the agreed bedtime. Moved from room to room when I wanted, stayed in one when I wanted to, and found the particular pleasure of the evening entirely tuned to my own particular frequency. On pace, on evening, the particular luxury of the solo night. Nothing faster than I wanted, nothing slower than felt right, just my rhythm on pace, on evening. The evening calibrated to exactly what I needed, not negotiated, not weighted by anyone else's speed. No, you're on pace by spending evenings in it. The solo night reveals what gets lost in the committee of the shared evening. Still at my own pace, the evening entirely my speed, which turns out to be slower than I thought, and exactly right.